Alright, Vex Mythotrash, 1 month later. Let's hope that the third time I attempt to record this, I'm actually able to not stutter or screw things up or forget what I'm talking about or accidentally call 360s 350s. But Vex Mythotrash is arguably the worst 360 auto rifle in the game, as it cannot take advantage of any auto rifle mods because it is technically classified as a fusion rifle. It has the downsides of both a fusion rifle and an auto rifle with none of the upsides. So basically what used to be Crimson's problem. This thing falls into what is definitely the worst and most underpowered auto rifle archetype in the game right now. However, buffing the archetype alone will not make enough of a difference for this thing to be viable, because if you look at every other non-Sunset 350, which, I mean, I already discussed this in the last video, but in Crucible they'll all outperform it, and in PvE they all already outperform it. So, I mean, in PvP they definitely outperform it as well. I don't know what I'm talking about, but even at this point, most of the well-known submachine guns can do better than it, such as the Multi-Mach and Shira's Wrath. Both of those can easily map this thing in its respective range, which isn't very difficult, I guess. Using the stacks of overcharge to proc the LFR mode is just honestly not worth doing in PvP, because the aim assist isn't really there compared to things like Arbalist, and since you're going to be using this thing in 6s, since the maps are so small, you're not going to be able to get very many shots off with it that'll actually do enough damage. It's got a really slow charge time, which already makes it bad as an LFR, but in addition to that, you only get 3 shots of it, you don't have very good aim assist, and it's very easy to get challenged by people. But also, this scope is just not good at the range you would need to be at for the LFR mode to be very handy. Now, I'm not Walla or anything, but I was able to go into Crucible, get 100 kills with this thing in, I believe, 2 days, because if I did it in 1 day, I would probably not be here to make this video by now, given what that would do to my mental. But this gun is just terrible. Still, I want to like it. The only reason that I still somewhat like it is nostalgia, because it was a lot better in D1. They honestly could fix this weapon by... Oh, I didn't even hit R. Okay. They could fix this weapon by making it so that when you swap weapons, the perk still sticks around, because there are so many times in PvP that you'll go to challenge someone and they'll either be just out of range or they will be just barely too close, because when you hip fire this, it's gonna take a lot more than that to kill a Guardian. So, and if they have any kind of resistance on, or I mean not resistance, resilience, like, it's just not very good. I really wish that it was, but unfortunately, dude, I'm not even pressing it. There's also some other issues I've noticed with it, like having to double tap reload, that accidentally proccing, which I have only seen just now. I swear my finger was not touching the button at all. And then there is something weird that I noticed where when you're firing, if you tap R, it'll stop it, and if you hold R, it just... Could that be... You honestly could burst fire this thing, and it probably would be a lot more useful that way. But yeah, this thing is terrible. I know this doesn't seem like a very good review. I'm extremely tired though. I wanted to get this out before I put it off any longer. If anyone wants to actually see the number of kills I've gotten on it, boom, 1177, 100. Do I hate myself for getting those kills? Yeah, absolutely. They're not worth it. This thing needs a massive buff. I know Bungie said that they're doing some kind of rework next season, excuse me. Hopefully it'll be a complete overhaul. And if not, then let's hope they bring back crowd control, which was Rampage. And let's hope they make it so if they decide to keep this perk in that doesn't seem to be very good in its current state, they make it stick around when you swap weapons like it does with Symmetry. It's not as powerful as Teraba's perk, it's not as powerful as Memento Mori. There is really no reason to actually complain about it, and if you have actually used the weapon and still think that,